What happens when the strongest heroes and villains clash in epic battles you've never imagined? Welcome to Mythic Battleverse, where legends collide and you decide the victor. Be part of the battle. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and share your ultimate battle ideas in the comments. Let's shape the Mythic Battleverse together.
The skies above Midgard churned with an ominous energy. Storm clouds blacker than the abyss swirled, crackling with furious lightning that clawed across the heavens. To the untrained eye, it might have seemed like nature's wrath, a tempest, born of atmospheric chaos. But those who knew better, those attuned to the cosmic threads of existence, could feel it. This was no ordinary storm. It was a harbinger, a prelude to a confrontation that would echo across dimensions. Thor, the god of thunder, stood on a jagged precipice overlooking the valley of Asgard. His broad shoulders bore the weight of responsibility. His hands gripped Mjolnir tightly. The hammer's enchanted surface gleamed faintly, humming with anticipation. Heimdall, the ever-watchful guardian of the Bifrost, approached Thor with a grave expression. "The anomaly grows stronger, my king," Heimdall intoned, his golden eyes shimmering with visions from distant realms. "A being of unparalleled power has entered our realm. It radiates the energy of a star, yet it is not of our cosmos." Thor turned to his trusted companion, his jaw tightening. "And its intent?" Heimdall's silence was more telling than any words. Thor nodded grimly. "Then I shall meet this intruder head-on. If it seeks to threaten Asgard or the Nine Realms, it shall feel the fury of the thunder." Far beyond the Nine Realms, in a small Kansas farmhouse, Clark Kent, known to the world as Superman, stood on his front porch, gazing at the shimmering aurora that streaked the night sky. It was beautiful, but unsettling. His super-hearing picked up faint disturbances in the space-time continuum, an irregular hum that tugged at his Kryptonian senses. Lois Lane stepped out, her voice cutting through the stillness. "Clark, what's wrong?" Clark's brows furrowed. "Something's not right, Lois. I've been sensing disruptions. It's like the universe itself is calling out to me." Before Lois could respond, a beam of radiant energy shot down from the heavens, landing in the middle of their field. The ground trembled as a fissure opened, revealing a robed figure emanating an otherworldly glow. It was the Watcher, an enigmatic, cosmic being who observed the multiverse. "Kal-El of Krypton," the Watcher's voice boomed, resonating in Clark's very bones. "A rift has formed between dimensions. A mighty champion from another realm approaches, perceiving you as a threat to his world. You must face him." Clark's eyes narrowed. "I don't want to fight anyone. I protect, I don't destroy." "Your intent matters not," the Watcher replied. "This confrontation is inevitable. Prepare yourself." Bifrost Bridge shimmered as Thor descended upon Midgard, his arrival heralded by a clap of thunder. Superman hovered nearby, his iconic red cape billowing in the wind, his eyes glowing faintly as he scanned the Asgardian warrior. "You must be Thor," Superman said, his voice calm yet firm. "I don't know why you think I'm a threat, but I assure you I'm here to help." Thor studied the Kryptonian, his blue eyes narrowing. "Your power radiates like a second sun, alien. Such power cannot go unchecked. Stand down or face the wrath of the thunder." Superman's expression hardened. "I don't want to hurt you. Let's talk this out." "Enough words," Thor roared, spinning Mjolnir in a blur of light. "Show me your strength or perish beneath mine." Their first clash shook the earth. Thor lunged, Mjolnir crackling with raw energy. While Superman darted forward with blinding speed, the hammer struck Superman's chest, sending him hurtling through a nearby mountain, the rock disintegrating on impact. Yet, almost instantaneously, Superman emerged unscathed, his heat vision searing through the storm toward Thor. Thor raised Mjolnir, deflecting the beams with a thunderous clang. "Is that all, Kryptonian?" he bellowed, his voice carrying the weight of 1,000 battles. Superman responded with a sonic boom, closing the distance in a heartbeat. His fists collided with Thor's armor, sending shockwaves rippling through the air. Thor countered with a mighty swing of his hammer, the blow landing squarely on Superman's jaw. For the first time in years, Superman felt pain. The battle raged across continents. Over the Atlantic, Superman lifted Thor high above the clouds, attempting to subdue him in the vacuum of space. But Thor's Asgardian physiology shrugged off the lack of oxygen. With a furious shout, he summoned a lightning storm so intense it illuminated the entire hemisphere. Superman's eyes blazed with determination as he unleashed his full power, his heat vision slicing through the storm. The clash of their energies split the skies, creating an aurora of destruction that left the world below trembling. In the far reaches of the cosmos, beings of immense power, the Watcher, Odin, and even Darkseid, observed the battle with rapt attention. Each blow, each counter, each display of power carried the weight of their respective realms. On Earth, humanity watched in awe and terror as their greatest protector faced off against a god. Cities evacuated, fault lines trembled, and the atmosphere itself seemed to weep under the strain of their titanic struggle. As the dust settled from their latest clash, Thor stood tall, his armor dented but his resolve unbroken. Superman hovered nearby, his cape tattered, his breathing heavy but steady. Both warriors knew this was merely the prelude. The real storm was yet to come. The battlefield stretched across the ruined expanse of a once thriving city, now reduced to rubble by the titanic clash of two godlike beings. Smoke billowed from shattered skyscrapers as the faint glow of fires flickered in the distance. The world held its breath. Thor stood amidst the wreckage, his grip on Mjolnir firm. The storm. God's eyes glimmered with defiance and unyielding determination. Lightning coiled around his body like living serpents, an extension of his fury. Enough posturing, Kryptonian. Let us end this. Superman landed softly on a nearby slab of concrete, his cape reduced to tatters, but his resolve unwavering. I've tried reasoning with you, Thor. I've tried holding back, but if this is the only way to end it, so be it. His fists clenched and the ground beneath him cracked as he unleashed his full strength. The two titans collided with an impact that could be felt around the globe. Their strikes were a symphony of destruction, each blow echoing like thunder. Superman moved with blinding speed, his fists a blur as he rained punches on Thor, forcing the Asgardian onto the defensive. Yet Thor countered with Mjolnir, each swing generating shockwaves that rivaled earthquakes. Thor's lightning struck with pinpoint precision, forcing Superman to evade at incredible speeds. But as fast as Superman was, Thor's godlike instincts kept him one step ahead. With a bellowing roar, Thor hurled Mjolnir at Superman. The hammer connected with his chest, sending him crashing through several buildings. Superman emerged moments later, eyes blazing with fury. You're strong, Thor, but strength isn't everything. With that, he unleashed his heat vision at maximum intensity, carving through the battlefield. Thor raised Mjolnir just in time, the enchanted hammer absorbing the beams before redirecting the energy into a lightning strike that lit up the sky. Their battle reached the stratosphere, where the air itself burned from the heat of their clash. Superman delivered a titanic punch that sent Thor plummeting back to Earth like a meteor. The impact created a crater miles wide, but Thor rose, bloodied but grinning. You fight well, Kryptonian, but you face a god. Summoning the full power of the storm, Thor unleashed a bolt of lightning so immense it illuminated the planet. Superman flew directly into the heart of the storm, his invulnerability tested as he pushed through the overwhelming energy. Finally, he reached Thor, delivering a strike that sent the gods sprawling, but Thor was not finished. He called upon the Odin force, the raw power of Asgard itself. His eyes glowed with golden light as he raised Mjolnir high. By Odin's will, I shall not yield. Superman, battered and bruised, prepared for one final charge. He tapped into the very core of his Kryptonian power, channeling the energy of Earth's yellow sun into a single devastating attack. The final clash was cataclysmic. The energy released from their strikes tore the sky asunder, creating a rift visible across galaxies. As the dust settled, only one figure remained standing amidst the ruins. Thor stood victorious, Mjolnir in hand, his breathing ragged but triumphant. Superman lay unconscious, his body still but unbroken. Thor gazed down at his fallen foe, his expression one of respect rather than triumph. "You are a worthy adversary, Kal-El, but even the mightiest must bow before the thunder." With a final glance at the horizon, Thor turned and walked away, leaving the battlefield in silence. The storm had passed, but its memory would echo forever.